That's me all picked up and ready to go to Cadwell Park. Brian can't make it this race, so instead of me going on my own, I thought I would bring someone else. Look who I brought. Hello. It's me. I managed to clone myself, so I thought I'd bring myself along. Help me out for the weekend. Now there's something else also important about today. It's my birthday. So, you ready? Happy birthday to us. Me. Not us. No, me. Us.
Because rarely do you walk into a situation and think, you know, it'd be...
So after the last race, I was really disappointed in my performance, and I was always looking ways to try and improve. Brian Alexander's helped me a lot with getting my knee down and stuff like that. Andy Blomfield's helped a lot with learning the circuits and stuff like that. But because I want to race against Andy, I don't want to keep asking him for advice, because I just feel I'll just be like a slower version of him, because I weigh like 3 stone more than him. So there's this girl called Yeva Bubalite. She's actually been doing amazingly well. She started off in Mini Twins. After Mini Twins, she went to the Ducati 959 Tri Options Cup, which is part of the BSB paddock, and now she's actually racing at R6 in Italy. She was racing at Mugello for the first time, and she was in 2nd place up to the last lap where she crashed out because it started to rain. So I contacted her and I was like, how are you so fast? Now she gave me all the usual kind of things about, well, you got to be comfortable on the bike, getting your confidence, all that kind of stuff. And then I started to think, well, racing at circuits she doesn't know, how much does she get to spend on the bike? And she said she'd been at 13 track days before her first race. Now, after Anglesey last race, I'd done 26 laps. So she's done half as many track days as I've done laps on my bike. So it kind of made me feel a wee bit better, feel like I wasn't doing as badly as I was. But it made me think, for this race, I need to calm down super early and get on the test day on the Friday. So I got up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, drove down and get myself out racing. I think it'll give me a big advantage come tomorrow and Sunday. This is club level motorbike racing at its finest. Got one guy changing the clutch, changing the clutch, and then over here I've got some crash damage repair going on. This isn't British Superbikes. That's the testing day now finished for me. Real happy with how we got on. This is Hotel T4 for the night. What a good night's sleep that was. It's race day. It's meant to be a bit showery today, but it doesn't really look like it. Morning practice done. It's feeling really good there. Got a lot of confirmed kills as well. So qualifying up next. Let's see if we can keep it going. So time's in for the morning warm-up session. You probably can't see this because it's overexposed. 4.6 seconds off the fastest, Scott Wilson, Badger. With these morning practices, I don't really try and push it. I just kind of work on my lines, work on my braking points, make sure everything's feeling right. So I was just kind of going around, braking a wee bit earlier than I should, rolling the throttle instead of driving, that kind of thing. So I'm quite happy with that. Qualifying done, so let's just go see if I can get my time, see where I qualified. You're not out yet?
No, not yet.
Results aren't out yet. Results are out, let's go see.
Scott didn't even get second.
Got my qualifying results in. Finished 4th, just a 10th behind 3rd, 2 tenths behind 2nd, so really excited for the race. Not sure if you can see that, but there's a tiny wee bit of rain in the air. Not good, I don't like that. This is the calm before the storm. This is where all the excitement, adrenaline, fear, nerves all build inside you. This is why I race motorbikes. That was an eventful race. I was kind of spitting all the way through the race, which I think maybe caused a bit of issues. Duncan slid off at the gooseneck on the first lap, I think, like that. I was losing places. Just my poor first couple of laps was causing me. At one point Dan came past me and I tried to overtake him. He stopped him in his corner. I literally bumped his back tyre. I'm lucky I stayed up. Then the race was red flagged because Matt Lawson went off before the gooseneck. He was lying flat on his back, so let's hope he's okay. Now the adrenaline's calmed down a wee bit. The first kind of lap we see me can be bunching up behind a 400. and then that kind of let Dan and Adrian past me, and then I got a great run through the first corner, overtook Adrian and Dan, then messed up Charlie's out, which then Dan get the drive past me. I was closing down in Phil Morden, I was trying to outbrake him, and then thought I could try and outbrake him and Dan at the same time, and I just couldn't stop the bike in time, and then ran on, managed to get it back on the course, on the track, but I think Dan finished third ahead of Phil. The podium was there! Time to crack a cider, go see if I can get my results. Let's see if we can see if Matt's okay. This is bike. Dunk, you okay? Okay, Duncan's fine. I didn't know Adrian went off as well. Adrian, you okay? Where did you go off? Charlie's.
Yeah, took Phil. I didn't want to get too quick underneath him, and I went onto the grass.
Good news is Matt's at the medical centre, but is okay, so that's good. Thumbs up. Got my wee timing sheet. Fifth. We had 4 followers, but 150.14. I've decided not to go out for the morning warm-up practice session, and they kind of still a bit damp, but I don't think it's going to be wet for the race, so I didn't really think I was going to gain anything. So come down to the track, it looks like it's definitely a dry line, but looks like it might be raining when we're out racing, so sketchy. The race yesterday was quite difficult. I got a good start off the line, I was behind Matt Lawson, I got a better jump than him. My plan was to kind of go round outside of him, going into the first corner. I started running out a bit of road, and then I thought if he moves over I'll be on the grass, and that's kind of exactly what happened, so I had to kind of roll off. And then Duncan, I knew he was going to come past me because he's such a good starter, kind of got boxed off in that kind of front group going up the first corner. Then I don't know what kind of happened, but it definitely 2 groups separated, like the Andy Blomfelds, Badger, Matt Lawson, they seemed to get in the front group and pull away, and then we were all kind of bunched up behind like one of the slower 400s, and that just seemed to like just invite people to kind of come in and kind of dive bomb me. Dan, James was coming past, Adrian was coming past. It was kind of really difficult to get in a kind of rhythm, and I'm still a wee bit tentative maybe with my overtakes, but then I could feel that my pace should have been so much faster than what we're going at. But it was only then when I got a bit of space, I got a good run on. I got a good run out of the last corner barn onto Adrian, and then I knew I was going to take him going into the first corner. I managed to take him and Dan, but then Phil Morden was kind of right in the place I wanted to be, so I kind of rolled out of that, and that kind of cost me the drive onto the back straight. Dan kind of came past, he got better drive out of the corner, and then I was catching Phil, so I was like, right, if I can outbrake Phil and then see Dan, I was like, right, outbrake the both of them. But that was just way too ambitious. I ran on and ran off the course, and that kind of put the end to my race. I then did try, once I got back on, and then try to pick up my speed again. I thought, right, let's go try and set my fastest lap. But then it was red flagged with Matt Lawson, go down just before the gooseneck. So yeah, it was a really good race. I really enjoyed it, but if I hadn't been aggressive as that move on Dan and Phil, then I would have probably been in a fight with the 2 of them to come home in third. So a wee bit frustrated myself for being that aggressive, but you know, what can you do? Now just about to go out for race 2. Conditions aren't great, but they're not bad either. It's kind of a bit overcast, it's kind of cold, but we dry all the way around the circuit. So yeah, it could be an interesting race. Starting 12th on the grid, so behind Phil Morden and Dan, so that'll be my first kind of goal, to get in front of them. And then trying to get onto the back of the kind of lead group of Andy Blomfield, Badger and Matt Lawson. So Matt will be starting at the back of the grid, so will Duncan, but I'm not expecting them to stay there for very long. So while we're waiting for the race to start, let's go check out some people that I missed from last week for the Who's in the Racing Paddock. It's Duncan Bailey. And hiding in the back is Dan James. We go. Finished third there. Great race, absolutely loved it. Me and Dan were kind of getting held up by a 400, but managed to get an awesome pass on Dan and the 400 going into the first corner. Oh, and that's all I kind of needed. We weren't too far behind Andy Blomfield and Badger, which is good. If we didn't have that 400 in the way, I might be able to get back at him. So, oh man, super pumped. Well, it's official. Third, my first podium. Thanks, Guy. Third, my first podium. Oh man, it was such a good race. Got our bike off the line really well. Didn't quite get the jump on one of the 400s, so kind of messed it up a wee bit. But managed to get a good first couple of laps. Kind of had a tough battle getting past a couple of 400s. Me and Dan were kind of fighting all over the back of them. But the guys at the front, Andy Blomfield and Badger, they weren't getting away in front of us. So it was just like, oh, if we can just get past these guys, maybe we can get onto the back of the next guys. But with the 400s, if they're doing the same lap time as us, generally that means they're slow on the corners and fast on the straights because they've got more power. So we were all kind of bunched up behind them, which meant if you were going to overtake, to get in front of them, you had to overtake 2 or 3 bikes all at the same time. So it made it really difficult, and it took quite a long time to actually get past. I did manage to put an awesome move on Dan in one of the 400s going into the first corner that got me finally past him, and then secured that third place. So absolutely buzzing, absolutely excited. Can you tell by my face I'm not happy? Got medical form and a slightly damaged bike. Some guy in a 400 thought it was best to go around outside of me the gooseneck and then stop in the middle of the corner. Nothing I could do. Just had to fucking pull on the brakes. The rage is burning high in me right now. I think I have some kind of grievance with this elbow, because that's the third time I've damaged it all in the same spot. I put a hole in that before, and now I've cut it again. Oops. So this is what happened. I was going round the gooseneck, flipped it to the left, run up to the back of the 400, grabbed a big handful of brake, and then the tyre said, "No Andy, that's not happening." And I went sliding down the road. That's me all packed up now, just gonna head up the road. About 5 hours to drive. Even though the last race didn't go to plan, nothing can stop me from me and my new pal driving up the road. Hello! So, awesome weekend racing. Loved every minute of it. Apart from maybe the crash. But, so much fun. Snetterton in 3 weeks' time.